Hi there, I am Meonicorn, and today I have a very big midsummer book haul for you. And from now on, I decided to do book haul once a while on my channel in order to give myself the idea that how many books that I accumulated, and maybe it will a good reminder for myself to stop buying so many books. But without further ado, let's dive into the books that I accumulated this summer. The first book I got here is Art and Lies by Jeanette Winterson. This is a story happened among three people who carried different past trauma, either from their believing system, their family, or their identity. It's a discussion about art, religion, social repression, and the dangers of patriarchy. And I have read Jeanette Winterson's Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit in Booktubeathon and really enjoy it, so I'm ready to read more. The second book I got here is The Acquisition by Bundy. This is a short story collection written by an author under the pseudonym Bundy who still lives in North Korea. And because Bundy was forbidden to write these stories in North Korea, so they needed to smuggle the whole book out in order to publish it. And I heard it's impressive, incredible, and stunning. Following, I have a small book called You Will Not Have My Hate by Antoine Lyris. Antoine Lyris' wife was killed by terrorism when attending a rock concert in Paris. With all the grief, he posted an open letter on Facebook to the killer and said he refused to let his wife's death define his son's life, and his son will continue to have happiness and freedom as a way to honor his wife's life. I believe this will be a heartbreaking book, and also I believe I will learn something from it. And next, I got a book called Die My Love by Ariana Hargreaves. This is a book got longlisted on this year's International Man Booker Prize, and it's talking about a woman who wants a family, but at the same time, she felt trapped in day-to-day life. And it's an exploration of motherhood, womanhood, and desire. And then I got two books by Bell Hooks. They are Anti-a-Woman and also Feminism Theories. Ever since I finished reading her book Feminism is for Everybody, I wanted to read these two. For one, she quoted a lot from her own books in Feminism is for Everybody. For two, I really want to study feminism series as systematically as possible, so I think this is the way to go. And after that, I got two very beautiful books from the Bloomsbury Modern Classic Edition. The first one is The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher by Kate Summerskill. This is a true crime story that I don't know much about, but I saw Aunt from Beyond the Pages read it and she really enjoyed it, so I got it right after I watched her video. And the second one I got was The English Patient by Michael Aldantia. Before I got this, I only know the movie was a classic and also won the Oscar, but I didn't know that this book has only Man Booker Prize and also won the Golden Man Booker Prize this year because they think it's the best book among all the first 51 Man Booker winners. And I tried to finish it in the Booktubeathon, but I didn't do that, so I plan to continue reading it in August. And the following 8 books will be the result of me deciding to spend a little time in our library's second-hand bookshop. The first book I got from our library's bookshop was Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. Since I decided to identify myself as a person who's interested in memoir and biography, I decided to expand my collection, and this is the result. And the second book I got is Pink Think, Becoming a Woman in Many Uneasy Lessons by Lynn Pirrell. This is a non-fiction with feminism topic, apparently, discussing how media and advertisements influence women's thoughts about womanhood during the time of 1940s to the 1970s. I always knew that the saying of pink is for women is from advertisement, but I don't really clear about that period of history, so I think this book will help me with that. And next, I got Guide to Political Revolution by Bernie Sanders. Apparently, he published this book in 2017, so I'm very curious about his updated version of political thoughts. And also, being more political is my goal for 2018, so I'm really happy to read more from different people and to absorb different thoughts. And the last nonfiction I got from our library is A Long Way Gone by Ishmael B. This is a memoir talking about war from a boy soldier's perspective. I haven't heard about this book before, but when I went on Goodreads to check the review of it, I saw a lot of my Goodreads friends are highly recommended it, so I got it right away. way. And next, I got a fiction book called The Japanese Lover by Isabel Allende. And this is a historical fiction talking about when Poland fell under the Nazis during the Second World War, and between a girl and also his Japanese lover. The premise of the book reminded me a lot of The Lover from Margaret Duras, and I wanted to get it many times in secondhand store, and this time I decided to go for it. And lastly, because our library was sending out the Hunger Games trilogy for free, I decided to get a set for myself. Because I haven't read any Hunger Games yet and I haven't watched the movie, I felt very much left out. So it's a good chance since they're also free. And that concludes my Midsummer book haul. Please let me know your thoughts on these books if you are familiar with them and which book you recommend me to read first. And more importantly, happy reading! See you next time! Bye!